Hey guys, my name is Rudy, and today we're going to talk about changing out the tire here. We're going to make two-part videos here. First one's going to be removing the wheel and how that's done on the front part, and actually removing the tube and removing the tire. Part two will be when we get our stuff in and when we reinstall it. So, mine's a standard old style bike, and what happened here was this tire is completely flat. Matter of fact, never seen this before. So, here's how this is done. All you really need is 2 wrenches and some tools to manipulate the tire as we go. So I try to keep the head from a flat screwdriver, just got a Phillips. And since this is getting replaced, I don't really worry about puncturing it too much. But you definitely want to look out for that if you're only replacing the tube and you don't want to destroy the tire. So, first one for me is a 5/8 for the front wheel. I want to loosen that. And remove it. Most bikes have a little piece up here, like a little washer with like a little point on it. You want to move that out. That keeps the wheel in place. And you want to do the same thing on this side here. So I have a retro speedometer. You guys want to know about this one? I can share, but that's not really relevant to this operation. Okay, so then all you really have to do is, this is the most critical part. So for me, this is a number 10. I have a set of brakes here, the old style brakes, the pads. If you don't remove those, you're gonna feel it and you'll understand what's going on when you try to take the wheel off. So this makes it much easier. So hold the pad, give it a little turn. These things come right out. And I'll show you exactly what I'm talking about, make this a little bit easier to understand. So lower it at an angle, and these should drop. They probably have a washer. Rusty one like mine. And these are your brake shoes. They look like this. You can see mine has seen better days. But in most systems, even the modern ones, this should be the same procedure. I'm just going to make this easier on myself and remove the second one. Also gives you another look at it. So I also got an old school dynamo. So again, remove the nut and the associated washer. And drop the pad. Maybe looking at ordering that too. Okay, now the wheel is free. So we're going to see if we can actually successfully drop this. I do all my videos without editing, so we'll see what happens. If it's not coming out, the chances are that you have actually an issue with that washer thing that I was telling you about earlier. And we can put the bicycle aside. I do want to caution against putting it just like I did. You could bend the front clevis over here. So now we're going to talk about the tire. So mine actually is destroyed. And it definitely seen better days. I've had this since I was in Utah. So I definitely got my money out of it. You want to look at a couple of different things. First thing you want to get off of here is you want to get the wheel size, which is 26 by 1.75. Next thing you want to do, you want to unscrew the cap, the valve cap, and try to push the stem all the way in. Next thing you want to do, and if it's completely flat like this, is actually pretty easy. Next thing you want to do is you want to push it out slightly. I like to use a wrench or something along that line, something I can get my hands in there and pry it out slightly. You can see I got a little bit over the rim. And you don't want to cut into this. That's why I kind of don't recommend sharp objects. And if I remember right, I also have a little device in here that provides the tire extra protection. I'll go over that here in a minute. So what we're doing is we're pretty much forcing the wheel or the rubber to separate from the disc. I'm going to make our way through this. And when we get that done, we want to go through the rest of the wheel and separate the tire from the rim. Okay. Something you want to check for right here. I really need to clean this. You can get a little key that will actually tighten these, but you want to feel and ensure that you don't have any looseness in these. So make sure they're all nice and tight. Then you want to look at the top, which is there's a little rubber piece right here. And you want to make sure that none of it is poking through. The nut from the wire can make a little bit of an imprint, but if it's going through, it's going to puncture your tire. And that looks like this. And it comes out. Again, you can use a screwdriver or whatever tool. You replace that. That pops right out, and you can remove it. If you do, you want to make sure that the alignment goes with the hole for your stem valve. And now comes the fun part. I've had this tube forever as this tire. You can see it's definitely showing some marks. You can see there's very little tread left, and on the inside you can see it's rotting. So what you want to pull this right out. And if you have it on here, if it's still readable, which mine is right here. It's also a 26 by 1.75, 2.125. That's the one I'm going to use. You also want to check when you buy your new ones, you also want to check to make sure it's got the same type of valve stem. Mine's got the classic, but there are some special ones on especially more expensive bikes. This is a simple push button thing. So we pull this out, and I like to buy the ones with the sludge protectant inside of it. Like I said, this thing completely broke. And also, if you don't have proper inflation on the tire, this will bend and pull, and it will rip the valve stem right off, and you'll get a flat tire. The next thing I'm going to show you is this protection that I have inside the center of the tire. Now, I bought this because in Utah there are these little goat heads out there that puncture the tires. So inside my tire is this cool little centerpiece, which makes it slightly more durable. This thing is still in excellent shape. I actually bought this here in Florida, but I bought it for that reason. And we're going to recycle this. So next thing we're going to do is we're going to go on Amazon, and we're going to find this type of tire. I don't know if I'm going to get this one, but like I said, it was a very durable tire, and it really lasted. The only reason I'm replacing it is because of the tread. Anyway, when I get my tire in, I will let you know, and we will talk about the assembly. Till next time, take care.